There are moments in life when everything feels like it's collapsing, the walls close in, and every breath is a battle. These are the times when we're tested not by choice, but by circumstance, when quitting seems easier than continuing. But it is exactly in these moments that we discover who we truly are. This is the story of Jordan, a young man whose life spiraled downward, only to rise again by tapping into a powerful inner drive that lay dormant until he was forced to confront his greatest trials. Jordan grew up in a small town with big dreams. As a kid, he was the one always talking about making it out, getting a scholarship, traveling the world, building something of his own. He wasn't the smartest in class, nor the most athletic, but he had a kind of raw energy that drew people to him. His teachers often told him he had potential, but potential without action, as Jordan would later learn, means very little. After graduating high school, Jordan enrolled in college, determined to change his family's story. The first semester was full of promise. He joined clubs, made friends, and even landed a part-time job to help with expenses. But life, as it does, threw him a curveball. His mother fell ill with a chronic condition that drained the family's finances and emotional reserves. Jordan tried to juggle school, work, and caring for his mother, but the weight became too much. He began missing classes, failed exams, and eventually dropped out. Returning home wasn't part of the plan, but he had no choice. He felt like a failure, angry, bitter, and ashamed. Friends stopped calling, and the small town he once dreamed of leaving felt like a prison. For months, Jordan sank into a deep depression. Days blurred into nights, and his motivation vanished. He'd stare at the ceiling for hours, asking himself, "What's the point?" But even in his lowest moments, a flicker remained. It came in small doses, a memory of a teacher telling him he was born to lead, or the feeling he used to get when he imagined his future. That flicker wasn't hope. Not yet, but it was something. One rainy afternoon, Jordan went for a walk. It wasn't a conscious decision, more like an instinct to move. As he walked through the empty streets, he passed the town gym, a rundown building with peeling paint and rusty weights. On a whim, he stepped inside. The manager, an older man named Leo, nodded without saying a word. Jordan signed up for a free trial and started lifting. He didn't know it then, but this small act would ignite a transformation. The gym became his sanctuary. At first, he barely knew what he was doing. His muscles ached and his form was sloppy, but it didn't matter. He kept showing up. There was something about the grind, the repetition, the struggle that mirrored his internal battle. As he trained his body, something shifted in his mind. The discipline of the gym bled into his life. He started waking up earlier, cooking his own meals, reading again. Leo, the gym owner, took notice. One day, after Jordan completed a grueling set, Leo approached him and said, "You've got fight in you, kid. But muscles aren't enough. What are you really training for?" Jordan didn't have an answer then, but the question stuck with him. What was he training for? At first, it was just survival. But over time, the goal evolved. He wanted to rebuild, not just his body, but his life. He applied for online courses and began studying in the evenings. Slowly, his confidence returned. Then came the opportunity that changed everything. A Yiddish nonprofit was looking for someone to help with community outreach, organizing events, speaking to young people, and creating wellness programs. Jordan applied, unsure if he was ready, but he got the job. It wasn't glamorous, but it was purpose-driven, and for the first time in a long while, he felt like he mattered. As he spoke to teens who reminded him of his younger self, Jordan told them the truth, not the sugar-coated version of success, but the
"Please subscribe this channel."